welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm excited. We're gonna kick today off with a Q&A. Get straight into it. I asked a question on my Instagram story and my TikTok, and you guys have some answers for me. Questions, I should say. I'm gonna go through and answer them to the best of my ability. If it is bad advice, I do not take any responsibility. Okay, thank you. Starting off, what's the difference between hanging out and going on a date? Normally, if I'm going on a date with a girl, I'm fully establishing that it's a date. Like, I'm not going on the date being like, is this a date or not? I don't know. Like, you will always know from me, it's a date. So, ask. It's such a generic response, but like, I think you can definitely feel if there's a vibe, if there's not. I'm such a straightforward person. Like, if I want to know, I'm going to ask. I don't want to sit there and think, what if? Ask. What is grinding your gears the most right now? Ooh, good question. I'm trying to think, like, first thing that comes to mind. People that like shut. I can't stand that, like loud chewing or just like excessive mouth noises. Enough. Rein it in. Car coming? See ya. How many tattoos do you have, and do they have any reasons, meanings, or stories? I don't actually know how many I have. 1, 2. I'm gonna say 30. That's my little quote on my arm, which says, no amount of anxiety can change the future. That was my little reminder to myself, which I now hate. I was very anxious driven all in school. Like, I had the worst anxiety. A reminder to myself that no matter how much I think about it, it's never gonna change. Don't stress, girl. And then my other one that has a meaning is probably my little rainbow. One of the colors has fallen out of it, so it's 3 stripes. Because I was like, nobody can tell I'm gay. I need a Anyway. Oh, I also have a bunch of back tattoos as well, and one of them's a star sign. I'm an Aquarius. Do I have a tattoo about a breakup? No. Simple as that, no. I don't think I'd get a tattoo about a breakup on me, to be honest. I don't want to be reminded of that 24/7, so no. What's my current obsession? I really love nail art. I say this as my nails are terrible. I love a good set of nail art. Like, I think there's something really nice about someone that has colorful nail art. Oh, I just love it. What's my yuck and yum of this year? My yum is just embracing change. It took a while to get to that because I was the person that was like, things aren't working out. But I love being in an uncomfortable position and being like, okay, what can I learn from this? Like, yes, it feels very like confronting in the moment and my chest is going like this, but I'm like, okay, where can I grow from here? And then my yuck, I hate people that are rude. Genuinely, that is such a yuck. I hate people that make people feel small. Disgusting. I've always said, and I did a TikTok on it recently, that I was like, anyone that has ever tried to make me feel small does not live a life that I would exchange. You're such an ugly person if you're rude. Costs nothing to be nice. Why do we feel the need in 2025 to be making people feel small? Grow up. How old am I? I'm 26. I don't think there's much more I can add to that. I'm 26. What is my career? So I am currently a graphic designer. I have done that actually pretty much my whole life. Did uni for 3 years. The course was 4 years, but I just didn't think I needed the 4th year. So I did summer classes so that I could kind of compress it. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I left school. And I knew I liked design, like I really liked art. And then I've kind of stuck to it since. When did you find out you were gay? Oh, okay. I knew I was gay when I was 14. So I went to a Catholic all-girls religious high school, full trifecta. I found myself attracted to one other lesbian at the time, and we dated for a whole week. And I got really badly bullied for it. I'm like, I don't know how to make a long story short. I make a long story longer. So I'm just going to tell you the whole thing. Like, I was in year 8 at the time. The whole school found out. I had year 12s coming up to me being like, are you that lesbian? At that time, I wasn't really exposed, I guess, to gay culture. So I didn't really know anyone around me that was gay. Anyway, I had teachers single me out. My basketball coach, who wasn't associated with the school, was like, I bet you love basketball because you get to rub up against women. What 14-year-old girl who was clearly confused with her sexuality wants to hear that? I just had everyone around me, besides my family. My family were really good. Bully me. Like, my closest friends made my life feel like hell. I was so sad. I was so depressed. I remember one day I just had enough. I packed everything out of my locker at school. I called my mum. I said, pick me up. I don't want to go to the school anymore. I didn't tell anyone that I was leaving, and I left. It was such a dark time for myself, unfortunately. And then from the age of 14 to 22, I suppressed being a lesbian. Having the experience that I went through, I was like, I do not want to go through that again. That sucked. My family, like I said, were really good. Like, they had no issues with me. I remember sitting down crying to my mum because I would be having boyfriends and I'd never want to do anything sexual with them. And mum was like, maybe you just don't like guys the way you think you do, and that's fine. And I think that was so eye-opening to myself because I was like, if my own family accept it, I'm sure my friends can. I moved from the all-girls school to a mixed school. I went into therapy, not conversion therapy, but just therapy to fix the bullying of everything that I went through. I came out as then bisexual. The word lesbian was scary at that time, but now at the age of 26, I love the word lesbian. I think there's something so nice about embracing the word lesbian. I think I've just really come to terms with my sexuality, and I'm so happy to talk about it online because I look back at the age of 14 and wish I had someone like me now. And so if there's one person that I can advocate for at the end of the day and feel safe and allow themselves to come out, then I feel like I've done my job. I've always said I want to be the person that I didn't have at 14. We're not gonna cry. If I can help one person, I'm happy. Moving on to something happier. If you could live anywhere in the world or Australia, where would it be? I don't see myself living in Sydney. I think it's just becoming so busy. I really don't know where I would move. I think maybe Queensland, like Brisbane. I've always thought Melbourne, but I'm such a beach baby that I would hate not being near the beach, and I've heard mixed reviews about Melbourne beaches, and I hate the cold. I get seasonal depression hard. I would be really affected by like Melbourne weather. I think I'd like to experience maybe living in Melbourne. I think I'd like to experience living up Queensland way. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Do I want kids? At this current time in my life, no. I think there's just too much I want to do, too much I want to see, travel, explore. I see so much for myself. Like I know I'm meant for so much more. I would like to experience that before I had kids. I've never grown up around kids. I held my friend's baby for the first time the other day and I was like, am I doing it right? Am I holding it? I don't know. Take it back! And I just panicked. So I have no motherly instinct at the moment. Yeah, short answer, no. But it might change if I get to that point in my life, which I don't think will be until my 30s. I can't see myself having a kid in my 20s. At the moment, no. What inspired you to start posting? I always from a little age wanted to do social media. YouTube, I would make little videos at home and then try and edit them. But I never posted it because I was scared. It was in my own mind because I was scared to be perceived. Honestly, at the end of the day, no one cares. No one cares more than yourself. The only person holding you back is you. I started posting on TikTok and I remember the first video, just a random video to a song, and I stuck my phone to my ceiling and it did really well. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I think I just continued posting from there, and then I started posting content that I wanted to resonate with. So I started posting like queer content or like WRW content. It kind of resonated with a lot of people and I liked that. Again, I always wish there was someone like me at that young age. I'm so happy to speak about queerness so openly online. I just wanted to, and I just stopped getting in my head or caring what other people thought. I started posting queer content, and then now I've started doing just small, quick speak to cameras. And it's nice to know that my inner thoughts are like resonating with people. It's something I've always wanted to do. How long have I been doing social media? Taking it seriously, I want to say the last 2 months. Like the last 2 months, I was like, I need to get out of my head post. Started posting on TikTok 2 years ago. Would post maybe like once a week. Not even then. It was just when I thought of something. I try and post on TikTok 3 times a day. Yeah, I don't know. I think now that I'm like fully embraced not caring, I'm just like, I want to post. What did your last time being in love teach you? To unlearn a lot of bad habits. Last time I was in love was my first queer relationship. That relationship taught me so much. I'm so incredibly grateful, and I will never speak poorly on someone online, but that relationship taught me so much. It was my first time to be on my authentic queer self. I just jumped into a lot that I should have, now looking back, slow down. It really taught me to heal my attachment style. At that time in my life, I was so avoidant. Now I'm so secure. However, I did see someone recently and they made me so incredibly anxious. So I really do think it comes down to the person that you're seeing. To be patient. Patience was something I really didn't have. To really see someone's perspective, that's something we would communicate, and I always felt like I had to get my point across, and I would never take in what she had to say. We would be communicating and we just wouldn't be understanding someone's perspective. Communicate, but see their perspective, because there's no point otherwise. I think something that I learned from that was to know myself as well. I think I went into that relationship looking for her to fill all these spaces of things that I didn't have, and that's not fair to put on someone. I think there's something really important about figuring yourself out first, because if you go into that relationship hoping that person fills that void, you're just going to be let down every single time. Compatibility over chemistry is something I really learned for myself. You can have immense sparks with someone, but if you're not aligned in your careers or future paths, it's not gonna work out. You can meet people that are super, super sparky. You just don't align and it's never gonna work. Like, if your values aren't the same, like, I don't know, I think I look at that and I'm like, do you both want the same thing or do you just both want it to work? Boundaries, I learned boundaries are so necessary. They are not optional. If you do not lay down your boundaries, you're gonna get hurt. Boundaries are there for you to feel safe. And if someone oversteps them, see you later. You're not optional. You need to have boundaries. I also learned from that relationship that love is just not enough. Like, you can love someone, but love isn't going to put food on the table. Love is not going to pay the bills. It's not going to fix deep-rooted issues. Just simple as that, love is not enough. I think going forward into my next relationship, I don't want to settle. I've been single for, in the midst of having like situationships between that, but I think I'm coming up to 2 years now single, and I've always said I think it's going to be quite hard to have someone fill that gap because I'm so comfortable on my own. I know what I can bring to the table. I don't want to settle for anything less. Your partner is the one thing in your life you can pick. Why would you pick a terrible partner? Like, your family you're born into, you can't fix that. Why would you want to settle for anything less than what you deserve? Pick a nice one, please. Your fashion is everything. Where do you get your favorite pieces from? It took me a while to find my style. I used to be hyper feminine, like so femme. Kind of miss her sometimes, kind of want to bring her back. I like sweats at the moment. They have really nice like pants. Academy brand for my tops, for just like basics, Uniqlo for my basics. I'm really trying to build on a capsule wardrobe, and I've said this for ages, but I'm so sick of just buying pieces that I wear for a night out and never compare them with anything else. I like styling. Like, you can wear an outfit, but when you style it, it makes it so much better. Like, you can just wear a white tee and baggy jorts, but when you style it with like a hat and rings and accessories and a belt, like, it just elevates it. Pinterest, oh my gosh, going on Pinterest anytime I have an event or something and I'm like, I need to wear something, I go to Pinterest, as well as TikTok. Honestly, some people dress unreal. What's your fave way to spend the weekend? Ideal Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, breakfast. No, that's a lie. Restart. Sunrise run. We're then going to a cafe, getting a coffee and an almond croissant. We're then going home, getting changed, going to the beach. Spend majority of the day at the beach. Tan, swam, played mermaids, unreal. Come home, have an afternoon nap. Get ready, we go to dinner. Dinner on the water, glass of red. Go to bed, sleep. Sunday cheeky morning markets. For that, possibly breakfast. Depends. Breakfast, sauna session. I have a really nice sauna that I go to, and they have an ice bath, a spa, a eucalyptus steam room, which I love, and then a sauna. So if not breakfast and a sauna, breakfast and a market. Do I believe in soulmates? I really don't know. Soulmates in the sense that not romantic partners, like your friends can be your soulmates. I don't necessarily specifically think your partner is your be-all and end-all soulmate. I don't know. I really don't know what that one. And the last question to wrap it up. Why am I such a diva? Trauma. That's why. Thank you for all your questions. I hope that helped you get to know me a little bit better. I don't know how often I want to do YouTube videos. I don't know where I'm going to take this. I think I want to do like vlogs, day in my lives. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this let you get to know me a bit better. And I'll see you when I see you. Love ya.